Alright, Aquarius. I had started your reading. There was a whole bunch I had done. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it again. I was interrupted. And I'm just going to keep going with the reading, though. So, as you see, the cards are already laid out here. I'm doing shadow readings for each of the signs. And it was inspired by a daily reading that I did maybe like a few days ago, in which the topic of shadow work came up. And when I was doing that reading, I had mentioned in that video that I had just ordered some shadow cards amongst a lot of different other cards. So I'm using 5 different decks today. Each of these decks I have not used in public readings until this shadow series that I'm doing. I like that. Shadow series. Love series. Okay, that's what I'm going to start calling it. Or maybe. Anyway, this shadow series that I'm doing. Just to figure out what shadow work each of the signs need to shed light on, so that we can incorporate it and integrate it into our being. Because we have to integrate the shadow self in order to elevate to the next level. So, just figuring out what is stagnant. For you Pisces, I just did Pisces. For you Aquarius, it's funny, you got the 6 and the 7. I'm just realizing that. 6 and 7. Alone in the world and sacrifice. So to me, it seems as though you need to sacrifice this feeling that you are alone in the world. In these cards, it deals with the 5 signs of grief in each of the cards. I probably wiped off my eyebrows. But each card deals with a certain part of the grief and grieving process, which helps to add to the meaning. And so with sacrifice, the stage is anger. Anger comes after denial, when we try to act like it didn't happen, when we try to numb our emotions. So when we get to the point where we can't numb our emotions anyway, that's when anger starts to come out. We direct those still too painful to bear emotions outside. We blame, we fight, we scream, and we take it out onto other people. Or we just take it out. It says, even if I have to break apart, as long as it serves a purpose. It says, a beautiful female knight wears heavy armor. She holds a blade in front of her, showing the deadly seriousness of her stare, the mirror of her resolve. The sentence, I have accepted my duty, and in my release, I found freedom. Release this feeling that you are alone in the world and find your freedom. There is a strong power in sacrifice. Our fears, our hopes, they are all changed to a small world. This is here saying we need to sacrifice that feeling, sacrifice those fears. Our sense of self is a small, petty creature of uncertain resolve and shaky horizons. With sacrifice, we renounce our sense of self. We accept to be lost. We accept to be shaken and cut and bruised and hurt and burdened and locked and stricken and despised and gossiped and betrayed and be misunderstood and be left alone, to rot, to die, with just words of thanks while the world goes on over our broken dreams. But when we drown our sense of self to sacrifice, we are also a greater person. We are screaming, I exist. I make the difference. We accept the price to pay, and we use our blood and tears as currency that give us the right to stand tall. Okay? It's just coming to a place of renouncing our sense of self. Renouncing our sense of self. The small sense of self anyway. Renouncing that small, petty fears, fear-stricken way of life. You know, and just even renouncing hope. I was really trying to keep from saying renouncing hope, but maybe that too, in regards to just being in the unknown, living in the unknown. When you hope, you're trying to put your own view, your own understanding as to how you want things to turn out. But Spirit has such of a much broader view when you just let go, you know, and detach, not have so much attachment to your what you hope the future will be like, or not have too much attachment to the past and what it looked like and what you've wanted it to look like. Like, you can't change that, and your hopes are not fully formed. Your hopes are created by what you do in this moment. So really, we just need to let go, and to trust our higher selves to guide us. It says, alone in the world. Alone in the world. It's just me and you. I'm so afraid. And I don't know what to do. Ask you for your guidance. Ask your higher self for your guidance. You don't need to go anywhere else. You just need to surrender to the unknown and allow those messages to come in. Alone in the world, acceptance is the stage of grief here. Acceptance comes after depression. Yeah, it comes after depression, which is where we take those emotions inside of our heart and let them fester and let them gnaw at our inside, which brings out a mask of indifference. Acceptance is ultimately, even when our self-destructive effort will fail, ultimately, even our most self-destructive effort will fail, which is, you know, taking all the energy inside. Rather than destroy ourselves, we somehow digest these emotions in acceptance, of course, and make them part of our being. We allow sadness in, and by being sad, we express our grief and move forward. And that's, you know, part of that sacrifice card too, you know, accepting what we need to sacrifice, what we need to let go. And it may bring a lot of sadness to let that thing go. But again, by bringing light to the shadow, exposing it to love and light, and by being sad, we express our grief. We have to express it so that we can get it out of us and allow it and so that we can move forward. It says, in solitude I stand, in solitude I may shine. Under the morning light, in a closed and silent court, paved with stones, laced by trees, a beautiful woman sits naked on a precious bench. Many blankets or drapes are around her, in color red and white, like discarded wings. Sentence. I made my home a cloister, my heart a chalice for the faintest breeze, and yet I stand alone. Going dark, which is the message here in the card for the heart. It says, waiting for something to come back. When we parted ways, we promised to each other, I will wait for you, and I will come back. We may have used different words like, it's just for a few months, or a sharper pen like, I don't need you. Still, we are waiting. Mind has lost hope. Body has lost memory. But our heart is still incomplete. It is shrined into a blessed feeling of longing and desire, innocence and hope. But it is also entombed in a well of solitude and distance. It built walls to stall the passage of time, and the walls kept out everything. Will the prince come, or has the world gone silent while we waited? Waiting is a transition. It has a beginning and it has an end. Waiting is the night. Morning brings the sun of a new day. Artificial heart. So, sacrifice this feeling of being alone in the world and cultivating your own inner peace. To me, this feel like this is maybe with the card underneath it being artificial heart, is that you may need to let someone go. It could be a family relationship, a familiar relationship, romantic, intimate, but there's something about relationships here that is holding you back. You know, it has you in this state of being a warrior, but that little glimpse of truth is starting to come in and saying, like, you can take off all of that armor. Aren't you tired of being in all of that armor? Like this card sacrifice says, to renounce your sense of self and just be in the flow of the unknown. Renounce fear, renounce hope, and just be centered. Yes, you are ready. It says you are ready. Bottom of the deck here. It says yes. And below that it says remain positive. Let's get into the rest of the messages. Inner peace. Says lily pond. Sitting next to a lily pond, watching the dragonflies soar overhead and looking at the luminous lily pads floating gently on the water. And that, you know, when I hear dragonflies, I always think about the ancestors and people that have passed. So this could, like I said, it could be a family relationship of someone that has passed before, that is coming to you and saying, forgive me for what I've done in the past and how I maybe abandoned you, made you feel alone in the world. Yes, you are ready to cultivate the inner peace that you need to heal from what I've done to you. Could be. Watching the dragonflies soar overhead and looking at the luminous lily pads floating gently on the water while their translucent flowers open their petals to the heavens. Can feel one with the sense of profound and everlasting peace. Lilies grow in many countries and have been given a wide range of meanings. However, one enduring image of the lily is the notion that out of the darkness and mud arises a thing of immense beauty and grace. No matter how much darkness there has been in your life, you can rise into enlightenment and profound tranquility. I feel like that just goes perfectly from what we just read. It says the secret landscape wants you to know. Inner peace is your birthright, Aquarius. Tranquility occurs. I'm sorry. we serious. I'm sorry. Tranquility occurs when you realize that your life is unfolding according to divine planning. Then I say you got to surrender your sense of self, renounce your sense of self. So if you do that, then you can't get mad that I done got goofy in this, because that was funny to me. Let's get back. Okay, tranquility. I can't even say the word occur without getting crazy. Oh, okay. Let me just go to the next sentence because that tickled me. It says, serenity isn't something you have to work for or search for. It already exists within you. To find this inner peace, simplify your life. And it's funny, simplicity is one of the next cards. We're going to read that. It's on the bottom of the deck of that one. Simplicity, simplify your life. Spend time in nature and listen to the message of your soul. True peace transcends fear and connects you intimately to the Creator. Breathe deeply and fully, knowing that all is well. Simplicity. Let's find it. White feather. And then I just say something about the dragonflies being ancestors. The white feather is a sign of ancestors, spirit guides, you know, those higher ancestral beings. Simplicity. White feather. Imagine a single white feather illuminated against a blue sky, wafting on warm air currents as it floats to the earth with simplicity and grace. Both Native Americans and Egyptians thought feathers were messages from the sky gods. Chiefs would wear feathers to symbolize their communion with the Creator. It was believed that when one wore feathers on one's head, messages from a human could travel to spirit. Likewise, messages and energy from the spiritual realms could travel back down to the human through the hollow shaft of a feather. Beautiful feathers are also wafted through the air to cleanse and purify a space. So just wafted through the air. And yo, I do, like, if I can find a feather, I would, you know, brush my aura with the feather. And it's funny, I had an Aquarius friend that knew that that hawks were my totem, and guess what he gave me? A hawk feather. I have that joint right over here. You know what? Just for this reading for you Aquariuses, I'm going to get my hawk feather that an Aquarius gave me. And usually when I have my feather, I wear it in my head, and I did not know until I just read this that this is a communication portal. I guess for my messages to go to spirit and for them to transfer it to me. So thank you, Aquarius, 2 times. Okay. The sacred landscape wants you to know to find a sacred simplicity and have clarity in your life. Do only what matters. Release everything else. Release those toxic relationships, those toxic childhood traumas and generational curses. We're releasing that. Simplify your life. Scan all areas and clear both internal and external clutter. Rest, rejuvenate, and only participate in what is truly important to you. Relinquish everything else. Do not delay. Do it now. When your life is cluttered with objects, relationships, time constraints, and emotions, there's no room for spirit. There is too much static and too much stuff to connect to your soul. The smallest amount of clutter clearing can make a big difference. Beautiful energy. Underneath the card for simplicity is success. All right. 43, 7. Very spiritual numbers, chakras, healing, activation. Wow. Okay. 43. Universal connection. What I say? With the Kundalini. The guidance you are receiving now is truly universal. Take time daily to connect with your guides and angels. They wish to connect with you as much as you wish to connect with them. Get you a feather. Get you a feather. They want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They are working very closely with you, and you are being encouraged to journal at this time. This is a great story you are writing. It is your personal story, and it is unique to you and only you. Write poetry to express the emotions you are feeling. Write down your dreams and synchronistic events that occur. This card calls for putting your connection and experience with spirit into writing. In Aquarius, y'all about communication, right? We'll get to communicating. This is the bottom of the deck of the card I just read. So that was a 7. Guess what this is? It's a 9. 36. What is it? It says revealed. Do you know how beautiful you truly are, Aquarius? It is time to stop hiding from the world. The universe is calling you You have so much to offer, so much to give. This card is a reminder for you to see who and what you truly are. You are a part of the one. You are beautiful and perfect in every way. When you hide yourself, you are withholding not only your energy, but your love. Love for yourself, love for others. Embrace yourself and all your quirks. We all have them. Let yourself be free and let yourself shine. Kind of reminds me of the reading I just did for Aquarius, where they were being told to stop hiding their true selves. So, and then they also, Pisces also had the take flight card. So there could be some correlations between you two, or you may have Pisces in your chart. I know for me, that is true. I'm a Capricornian. Okay, I am a Capricorn, but I'm on the cusp. So I got Aquarius in my chart as well as my Venus is in Pisces. So I'm connecting to both of those readings. Both of these readings so far. Wrong book. I need this one. They got, Pisces got Divinity as well. So you got Divinity and Fearless. So there's a lot of reading y'all having me do. Y'all would, like, on the cards that have the most words, multiple cards wanted to come out. Alright, Aquarius. We know y'all air y'all about communications and y'all want a bitch to talk. But she don't be wanting to read all this stuff. But she's going to, because she has a job to do. That part. I really tried to make that noise. I can't do it. Divinity. I'm not even going to say what was in my mind. Okay, it's Divinity. You are a beautiful, wise, and loving soul who has braved the perils and difficulty of incarnation to be here on earth and in service to humanity. You uplift the energy and consciousness of others through the work that you do, no matter what. I mean, the work that you do, whether you're aware of it or not. There are billions of souls residing on the planet at this time, yet only a small number of them are here to help humanity evolve to its fullest potential. And you are one of those souls. You are who you are is a gift to this world. Even at the best of times, it can be difficult to remember this, especially when being human feels so real. Your connection to spirit is much stronger than you think. You are a living, breathing channel of the divine. It moves through you in all that you do. It flows through the words that you speak, even when you don't intend to. In every situation, you are a transmitter of the higher cosmic energies and wisdom. It is those who have the greatest gifts who most often face the biggest challenges in life. Hold your head up and keep your faith. These challenges are means to seeing and understanding the strength, wisdom, and compassion you hold within yourself. On a higher level, your soul chose to have a direct experience of the trials you have faced. Through each event, you have become better equipped and skilled so that you, in turn, could help others. That's the reason why you were in those relationships. Time to sacrifice the fact that you're being alone in the world. That you felt alone in the world and see things from a higher perspective. You are ready. Yes, you are ready. The angel said, yes, you are ready to see the positivity in those relationships that may have hurt you, to see how they have put you into a place or is putting you in the position to be successful. And this emotional turmoil that you in have probably been affecting your health in some type of way. It's time for you to let go of that burden. You let go of that burden, and you'll see the youthfulness come back onto you, and into your body, into your well-being, to everything. Yes, you are ready. Let me get that back in order. You're a very special soul with an important part to play in the healing and betterment of the people on this planet. You are born to be in service to humanity through the divine gifts and knowledge you have carried with you into this lifetime. You are here to ignite the light in others and realize their own divinity. Yeah? Yeah. And yes. Fearless. Again, y'all got me reading all this stuff. Fear is natural, normal, and healthy. It is a part of the human survival mechanism, but sometimes fear can take us over in an unhealthy way and stop us dead in our tracks. That's probably why the improving health card probably came out. It's because there's so much fear. Those relationships have put us in a place of so much fear that we are not allowing ourselves to fully open up and to really show our gifts or expose our gifts to the world, because we feel like people are going to abuse them. But renounce that sense of self and accept your duty. Dear soul, you have received this card today because the energetic imprint of fear is blocking your necessary progress forward in your life. The fact that you are experiencing fear right now is a sign that you are about to take a very important step forward on your path. It can also indicate that your path is being blocked from negative, fearful energy you hold. This card brings the soft, loving energy. I'm trying to be soft. Soft, loving energy of spirit to give you the emotional support you need. It is strengthening your heart center to help you overcome the limiting fear-based thoughts which are holding you back. Too much of your time has been spent thinking about the things you think or feel you need to do in your life. Now it's time to begin taking action, one baby step at a time. Where there is fear, there's often a lack of faith. It's time to put your trust in the hands of spirit. There is a reason you are feeling called to take action. And there is also a reason why you are experiencing the blockage of fear as well. Quite often, the one thing we fear to do is the very thing which will lead us to our own empowerment. Fear is a wonderful indicator, is what that just said to me. Fear is a wonderful indicator. Not anything to be afraid of, but something to face, because it's what... Quite often, the one thing we fear to do is the very thing which lead us to our own empowerment. I like that one. Fear is the factor which we must all overcome in order to step into our power. The whole reason for this shadow series. Okay? Breathe as you relax your body and release your mind. Trust yourself. Trust in the divine. Begin taking the necessary steps forward despite your fear. Remember, fear is a feeling, not a reality. You cannot remain small any longer. Your heart is calling you onward. Be brave. Be fearless. Just go for it. After reading this and after doing that Pisces reading and seeing how things are connected, and then also knowing that it's just an illusion of separation, we are all connected. I really feel like every sign could look at, each video in this shadow series and get so much wisdom from it, because we're all connected. If one person is going through it, we're all going through it in some type of way. But it's just each sign has their own lesson to learn and be added to the collective. So, it's, as long as, if you just look at your sign, cool. If you look at other people's signs, that's even better, because you are preparing even the more, I feel. Okay, take flight. I get on my nerves with all these cards. I'm tired of reading. No, I'm not. I'll do it for y'all. I said it's time to come out of seclusion. You no longer need to hide. Oh, I cannot get to breaking this book. And it look like that's what I'm about to do. I'm so rough on stuff. You no longer need to hide or try to protect yourself from the world around you. You are moving into a new stage in your life where stepping out is important for your emotional, mental, and spiritual growth. It's time to start making new friends and social connections. You may find yourself being drawn to join groups, take classes, or engage in social activities. Just as the butterfly is drawn to the flower's nectar, you will find that getting out into the world and being with others will be a source of soul food for you. Through these interactions with people and groups, you will start to feel more confident in yourself. You will see and feel yourself blossoming in a very natural and comfortable way. The energy of the butterfly is gentle, joyful, and purposeful. You will directly experience this energy and exude it as you move out into your social surroundings. Not only is this an important part of developing self-esteem and a sense of belonging, it is a vital piece in your discovery of your gift and your special talents. Your soul is ready to shine its light. It is only your human mind that feels it is not ready. Yes, you are ready. Boom. Mic drop. It is only your human mind that makes you feel that you are not ready. I just remember what it last thing was. I don't even know what it is, though. Let me find it. No, I can't find it. Well, I'll read it all over again. That's what I get for complaining about reading. I am too through because I was really trying to find it. But anyway, I'll just read it all over. I want to start with the butterfly. The energy of the butterfly is gentle, joyful, and purposeful. You will directly experience this energy and exude it as you move out into your social surroundings. Not only is this an important part of developing self-esteem and a sense of belonging, it is a vital piece in your discovery of your special gifts and talents. You got some special gifts and talents that is ready. Okay? Yes, you're ready. Your soul is ready to shine its light. It is only your human mind. There it goes. It is only your human mind that feels it is not ready. Be brave and let yourself out of the cocoon of protection you have created. You cannot fight your destiny. You can only fight yourself. It's time to take flight. You know how the universe works. Like it or not, if there's something we are meant to be doing, we will eventually find ourselves doing it, no matter how much we resist it. So take a deep breath. Take one step forward to what brings you joy, and the rest will take care of itself. All right, let's read this portal card, 29. Speak your truth. Wow. Aquarius, communication. Speak your truth. It's time to speak your truth. You no longer need to hold back what you have to say for fear of what others may think. You're being asked to speak up and share your feelings, your wisdom, and whatever it is on your mind. When you have something to say, yet hold your words back through fear, you create a blockage in your energy and life. Speak up. What you have to say is important and worth being heard. If you are a public speaker or have desire to speak publicly, this card encourages you to use your voice and claim your power. And then we have 26 here. The bottom of the deck of this same card here. Elemental. This elemental energy is calling you to connect to the mighty and loving force of the planet. Try gardening, get a houseplant, go for a hike, or sit on the grass in the park. So maybe you guys have some plants at home. I know the Aquarius that I used to know, you had plenty of plants. And so if you have plants, maybe you've neglected them lately, start talking to your plants again, along with journaling and other things that this reading has told you to do, Aquarius. Go for a hike or sit on the grass in the park. And those are some things that I used to have my friend do, as I'm an earth sign. I'm a Capricorn, so I would take him hiking. We would go to the park, sit by the water. Like anybody that comes into my circle, we're going to go and sit at somebody's park next to somebody's water, because I keep a picnic blanket in my car. I just do. Open yourself to the energy of the earth in every activity you do. Feel the pulse of life in the plants. Embrace the magic of creation and play within the beauty and bounty that Mother Earth provides. Give your gratitude and prayer to all that you eat. Creating an intimate connection with Gaia. Creating an intimate connection with Gaia heals the earth and opens you to new levels of energy, connection, and communication in a very powerful way. All right, Aquarius, that was your reading. Peace out.